Okay, Gingy, come on, let's go see how we're doing over here. Is she doing okay? It was a good morning. I hear Rip, he's making a fuss. Time to get him out. Hi, Mommy. How you doing? Okay, guys, we are in full-blown mommy mode. That is Rip that you're hearing. Hey, guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. I'm about to fall down. Ginger, are you gonna catch me if I fall down? Maybe. So I want to make a quick video this afternoon and let you know, first and foremost, I feel better. I mean, I'm still dealing with, Funky Town down here, but I am feeling better, positive. I don't have any news yet, but it's going to be positive news when we get it. Right? Right. But thank you so much for all the comments and all the wonderful information from you guys. You guys are awesome. I want to drop off this video. Yes, we are actually about to run a few errands. I haven't been out other than where James is taking me. Did you hear that plane? You hear that? Woo! Woo! Somebody important is going to be landing at the Knoxville airport here in just a minute. Nobody I know. But anyway, okay, we're going to keep her busy. Okay, Gingy, we're going to love on you and keep you busy so that you don't bug Miss Geraldine, because we got babies over there. So, yeah, so here's the deal. So I've got to move her, I think, tonight. So she has hatched 2 babies so far that I can tell. Nothing as of late last night. Not even a pip, honey. And today, which is February 28th, we already have it. There could be more, but I think there's just 2 babies. Well, there was earlier. I'm leaving her alone. So James is bringing home some fresh pine shavings later, because I used all my pine shavings up to kind of put into a few little nesting boxes and things this morning. Nothing heavy, nothing major. Gabriel helped, but we did get that job done. So I was like, we need pine shavings. You're a papa again. So he's excited because, he loves turkeys. We love turkey babies. We love our turkeys. So here's the deal. So I have a couple of questions for you. And I just had a moment last night. Now, I know with what I'm going to say here, somebody's going to take me out of context and think that I'm being a butthole, and I'm not, I promise. I'm having a very open, honest, human moment with you. So, do you know that, let me put it this way, guess who was one of the guest interviewees and speakers in the past couple of days on Mr. Doomsday himself's channel, Canadian Prepper? I enjoy his videos. I do. I think I don't know if he does his editing. I edit my own videos and I'm sitting here going, how's he doing that? I'm serious. I don't know if he has somebody professional do it for him or if he does it himself. Anyway, kudos, because some of them are just fantastic. But guess who he interviewed this week? Have you popped over there and seen it? That's right. The Mac Daddy of homesteading and farming and permaculture and everything else in between himself, Joel Salatin. Say what? Hey, Gingy, guess who's on Canadian Prepper? Mr. Salatin. See? Girlfriend, we ain't so crazy. So as we press forward in this week, today is Tuesday, and we're all trying to have as many positive spring, beautiful vibes as possible. We also need to be very serious in our preparations as much as possible. I'm limited a little bit right now, but guess what? I got up and I said, we're going to have a good day. Did everything that I felt I needed to do today. Did my devotions, cleaned up a little bit. I've got a soup in the crock pot. We all took care of our animals. And, we took care of business. We took care of all our stuff today. And you know what we're going to do next? We're headed out for just a few quick chores and errands. And you know what? I'm going to top off a few things. Because as we are filming this conversation right now and having this conversation right now, there's so much right now being said as far as China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, attacks here on the home front, EMPs, basically all the toxic things that are in our air and in our water now. We could go on endlessly. Oh, and haven't we even talked about the dollar and our financial situation and all the realities with that right now? Yeah, so here's the deal. Folks, there's been a lot of people I'm going to speak from this from a little bit from a personal standpoint, but I know a lot of you are going to appreciate it because I really try to stay in tune with your comments and the stories that you have. And I cannot tell you how many thousands upon thousands of comments that I have read over the last couple of months alone of people saying people aren't listening to you or they think you're crazy. I understand. You know, we've been getting a lot of, we don't really that much anymore. So let me clarify. You want to tell me I'm crazy, that's fine. Okay. But we're not crazy for what we do. And we're not crazy for what we speak. And so last night when I hadn't, you know, I watch videos when I'm on my downtime. I try to see things or if things are recommended to me. Otherwise, I really do miss a lot on YouTube. I'm very delayed. Things happen and I may see it 12 hours later or 2 days later, or maybe not at all. You know how the algorithm's all funky anyway. And I went, Now, I've only seen part of the video because I did turn it off to go to bed last night. I'm trying to do good with getting a lot of rest right now when I can. And I was just feeling really good. I showed James and he was like, well. So I guess we're all in the homesteading community, at least some of us are nuts because we try to stay in reality with what's going on with government, with food chain supply, the supply chain in itself, the main things that are needed for us to really, really, really function, which as Joel outlined, he talked about, what did he talk about? He talked about gas, he talked about grain, there was a third. It's all in that video. Go over there and watch it, okay? I'm not going to spoil it for you, but go over there and watch it. I think it's about 38 or 39 minutes, so it is a sit-down watch or whatever. And of course, he's incredible with everything that he says all the time. We all know how smart and amazing he is. So, but it got me thinking. I'm like, are all the people that told... I hate to use the word vindication because I don't want you to think that I'm dwelling upon it more than I am because I'm really not. I had a moment and I thought about it today because, again, people are in denial about what's happening. And my main concern are the people that are in denial. This is actually the comment that kind of spawned it. I had somebody say, all these people that have been in denial about this, what happens if we do go into a conflict and the food supply chain is shot? And or what if they get drafted? Are they going to be in denial then? These are hypotheticals, okay? I get that, but it is a reality. See, people like me, I've been openly talking about your pantry. And specifically, after COVID happened, we've been really hitting upon things when we could and how we could since COVID began. Now, I've talked about different things like this. You can go through playlist of basically the Will You Starve series. A lot of that was years ago. And so this is not something new for me, but you know, life changes and you go with your channel with what's happening at the time or what people ask or what you're doing. Well, obviously we have felt a major call to action, much more so you as well, to really be prepared and do as best we can for our families over the last, it's 3 years now. Pretty amazing, right? But I have to say, I'm gonna say it. Oh my gosh, I'd pay cash money to watch somebody walk up to Joel Salatin and tell him how dumb he is, how crazy he is, how doomsday he is, and everything he's doing is silly, and why would you ever do these things? I would pay cash money for that. In fact, I would pay double cash money to see other YouTubers that have said, you know, that we're all supposed to be in this community together. And, you know, not all of us get along good. That's a fact. We're humans. We also have tempers. We make mistakes. And sometimes the best of the, you know, the ills of the world can get the best of us, right? Yeah. So, but we have to absorb that, learn from it, talk to God about it, do what we feel is right, and move on. But it is true that there are people in this community that, and it's not just one, and I'm not even necessarily saying that they were talking about me. But I've seen pot shots made on videos. I was very disappointed to see that, you know, you have individuals that make pot shots about channels saying that we only talk about, and I'm going to group us together, that people like me that are really trying to be in line with what Granny did in preparedness, which is one and the same, that basically we're just saying these things for attention or for money or for clicks. Now, I can't speak for everybody. I don't know everybody's agenda. I know mine, and mine is to live honestly and to have conversations and ask questions to my audience and my followers, to really encourage people to always ask why now, and to realize that you don't have to have a World War III go off to have your own catastrophe happen, okay? Job loss, illness, death, really bad family circumstances, all of the above can cause people to go into their own doomsday scenario. And so therefore, trying your best to do the things that count, which is getting right with God, pushing out the minutia, please be storing the essentials of extra food, water, medications, pet needs, animal needs the best you can. Of course, paying off debt, and trying to be as debt-free and self-sufficient as physically possible. I will be honest with you and say that I was thinking about this in the shower because I knew I was going to film this because I got pumped up about it after I read a few comments, and people were like, what are these people going to do that never accepted this reality and that made fun of people like us or told us we were crazy? What are they going to do if X, Y, and Z happens? Folks, those people are going to be SOL. Shucks out of luck. And I hate to say that because I don't want that for anybody. And I really do mean that. I've said that many, many times. When it comes to being prepared, I realize that even if somebody doesn't agree with me on certain topics or whatever, the reality is 9 times out of 10, these people may have children. They've got mamas and daddies. They've got family. They have a goldfish and a dog. I don't know. They've got things to take care of. So what it boils down to, folks, is you're finding out more and more right now that you're not crazy, which you knew that. And I knew it too. It's just very frustrating to take such verbal bashing. You know, I've been told, you want to hear some of the things that I have been, you wouldn't believe. And it's gotten better. It's gotten better. In fact, it's very, very few and far between at all now, because I think there's been so much reality slap people in the face that, and enough has happened enough to where they're like, but they're waiting for the shoe to fall too. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 10 years. But here's the thing. It takes a lot of time, energy, and money, which goes back into a lot of time in order for people to prepare the best they can. And the reason you have seen me speak out so hard, particularly since August of 2021, so that's well over a year and a half. And you can go through all through my video, and you'll see we've been talking about all this stuff for a long time. The fact of the matter is when you know inflation is hitting, which it is, and it's not going away. In fact, it's going to get worse. And you know job losses can happen, and you know the supply chain is affected. I don't want these hardships for you. I don't want it for anybody. And so we try to speak about it to make people aware so that they can evaluate their situation. You know, it's just planting the seed and praying that it motivates somebody, because this is what our grandparents did to survive. They were always in, whether they called it homesteading, they didn't call it anything. They were just surviving. Your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, they didn't call this nothing. This is just living and surviving. Some did it better than others. Some had more means to do it better than others, okay? That's fact of life. But the names that people like me, that we have had to really honestly endure it's been amazing. And I pray for those people, and I know you do too. And we need to pray for them, because let me tell you this, and I've said this on many videos, okay? If you've been here for a long time, I've said this multiple times. The day you wake up regardless of how it happens. But the day that you physically walk outside and you look around and you go, I can't grow a single tomato plant, I'm $70,000 in debt, my children have no skills other than a Nintendo Switch or whatever else is going on, I have $500 in savings, and I don't even have extra cans of soup if I needed it. The day that you wake up and you realize you're that person, I'm not talking about the people that are trying and trying and trying and aren't getting to where they want to get. We're all in that boat. You're never prepared enough for anything, in my opinion, if you're talking about all these large-scale issues. But the day you wake up is very scary. It is horrifying, frankly, and I've said this many times. And to get to where I'm at from that day is almost an entire generation of a person, because Gabriel was a baby. And Gabriel is about to graduate high school. That changed my life, our life, as far as finances, preparedness, farming, gardening, homeschooling, everywhere in between. It's taken my little family this long to get here. This is why I push you so hard to be prepared. So don't let the naysayers get you down, okay? You're going to find they're fewer and far between. Is that fewer and far between? They are, because they know. And I can't imagine the horror that they're living in. Even they'll never admit it, because people that talk to people like this and put people down are pretty narcissistic and egotistical, and they're very competitive too. And instead of focusing on their pantry and on their skills and on their life and how they can improve their health or any of the things that they need to be doing, no, they would rather beat you down. So pray for these people, because I don't need to be vindicated, and neither do you. Proof is in the pudding and been in the pudding. And then, like I said, if you've got the brains that God and Granny gave you and you use your discernment, you see it, you know it. This conversation doesn't even have to happen. But it does shed light on how many people chose to stay in the dark way too long. And what a horrible day they could be having right now, yesterday, maybe tomorrow, when they look around and they say, oops. Guys, I appreciate you being here, and we're going to go run a few errands. Gabriel and I are going to run a few errands. I will keep you posted on Geraldine. I'm leaving her alone. I'd like to move her tonight, but I'm a little nervous about it because I don't know how far along we are with hatching. So I'm just sort of waiting to see. But like I said, we didn't have anything late last night, and I come out this morning and I was like, ooh, she is all spread out over that. What is she? Oh, I think, oh. And I left her alone, and then I finally said, I have to know. So I came back, and sure enough, we had some turkey babies. All right, guys, appreciate you being here. More videos coming up this week on the way. We'll keep you posted on everything going on the farm. Go get your 5 cans. Make it 10 if you can. Do you have Band-Aids? Do you have extra water? Medication. Whatever you can throw in the buggy that makes sense, that you know that you will need, regardless of anything that you think is going to happen or not. Stay prepared. Like, subscribe, and share. And guys, fist bump. I'll see you on the next video.